I have a little bit of Workflow Wednesday for you today, so let's get to it. What's up everybody, welcome in, welcome back if you've been here before. Today I am talking about workflow. Now I was going to use Adobe's Bridge program to model this because I work in Adobe Creative Cloud, but apparently Adobe is having some server issues, so we're just going to use Finder that comes with my Mac, which I usually use that anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. So first, as we open up a new Finder window here, what is workflow? So workflow is your organization system that you use for your work. Now, some of you may be watching this and you may see something in my workflow that's just like, man, that is god-awful, like that needs to be fixed. But hey, this is what works for me. Mine is ever evolving as well. I'm sure yours is too. But if you can take some of these tips and put it towards your own workflow, it might help you be a little more organized. Now, as a photographer, you take a lot of photos, so you do want some place to put them other than the hard drive on your computer. So I have two actually, so I have my card dump hard drive and I just have my other hard drive. This one is a 1 terabyte and this one is a 2 terabyte. What I'm going to do today, I'm just going to show you kind of what my workflow looks like and kind of the tips that I tend to follow. So what we're going to do, I'm going to look in my passport here. So I look in here, so I have a lot of folders. You'll find I really like using folders. I like organizing things relatively specifically. Some of these are just projects that I've done. Others are a little more in-depth. I'm going to show you the Lightroom one. So as you can imagine, there's probably a lot of photos in here. I typically never delete anything. That's what the card dump passport is for. All the raw images, all the videos are all on that hard drive. If you notice, so I have a 2019 folder here. If I click into here, I have the different months that I took photos in. I tend to organize things by date and what I've done. But what we're going to look at some more recent ones. So let's go into actually May 2020. Now what this looks like here, if I click into a month, what I've been doing recently, so this actually just changed for this year since I started taking a lot more photos. I typically start with the date and then 1 or 2 words describes the pictures that I took. It kind of runs together, but if I need to find some things like this, I know kind of what to look for and I know maybe what the photos would be about. Right here, so I have my date here, 5/9/20, Ward tracks. So there's a road called Ward Road near me and I was on the tracks that day, so if I click those photos, it'll be train tracks. That's kind of how I organize. Now, getting these specific names, when you export out of Lightroom, you have the option to rename your files and you have the option to add a file number. Of course, I always do the file number and I rename the file. I make sure it goes in the month that it needs to go in, so that way I know about the time that I took the photo. I can kind of guesstimate if I need to find something. And so this was from a video. So if you see, it says 50mm on the end of these. So I use these for my 50mm video and why everybody needs one. Now just some other projects here. Let's go. SP just stands for senior photos for me. So Tate Burns senior photos. So I have his graduation day and I have the senior photo shoot that we did. Now this is narrowed down from, I believe, over 750 photos, something like that, just for this one. These are usually my exports from Lightroom or my exports from Photoshop. It just kind of depends where I'm going from. Some of my Photoshop projects are going to be in Photoshop here. The other one I wanted to show you was YouTube. So I have my intro stuff, I have my music that I use for my outro, and an Instagram logo, a Lightroom logo. But if you notice, so I didn't make any videos in 2019. I just kind of started doing this in 2020. It was a big goal of mine, but 2018 only has a few. 2020, so now this is what I'm doing. I have every folder named with the video that I've done. So let's just go into the last one. 5 things I wish I knew starting out. So this is just where everything is for the video. All my autosaves, the project itself, thumbnail, screenshot for the thumbnail, source video, and then the final video, of course. And that's what it's looking like for every single one. Yeah, iPhone photography had a lot because I imported a lot of photos from my phone and for the video, and they were in there. So that's why those are there. Now that's a pretty basic rundown of my main external hard drive of how I organize things. This is my workflow. This is how I know where to find things. It streamlines my process, makes it that much faster. If I need to go back and look at something, I know where everything is. Morning in Space, I shared this a while ago on my Instagram. You can find it here, or actually you can find my Instagram here, but I shared it on my story. I did a music video for my friend Wyatt. He's doing music. So it was Morning in Space we did a music video for. That's actually up on his YouTube channel if you want to check that out. But that's pretty much what I have for you today. Go ahead and find me on Instagram. I'll link that here. It's also linked in the description below. This was fun, so let's do this again sometime, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!